What's going on, guys? So I was making a video and I realized I was supposed to go somewhere with that video, so I figured I'd make another video talking about this because even though it's an opinion, I really believe that it could actually work in their favor over at Microsoft. And what am I talking about? Free games. The month-to-month free games. How Microsoft splits it in half. You get 2 at the beginning, 2 at the end. I've noticed over the past month, 2 months now, Microsoft hasn't been going as hard as they normally do. They've kind of taken a break from going completely apeshit crazy and just going, hey Sony, bow, and knocking them upside the fucking head. You feel what I'm saying to you? I mean, if you look at the running year to year, Microsoft pretty much dominates Sony every single month when it comes to the free games. Sure, Sony gives out, 2 more than Microsoft, but Microsoft is upfront with every single game they give away. Sony, you pretty much have to go and look for. They don't tell you. They just tell you the 2 for the PS4, and that's it. Unless you own a PS3 or you own the Vita, you have no idea what the free games are. They're not as upfront about the games. Hell, even their ads are not upfront about the games. Microsoft is like, hey, everybody has a 360, everybody has an Xbox One, we have no separation, here are the games. That's what separates Microsoft from Sony, and that's why I prefer Xbox when it comes to the free games, because they treat it as everybody owns both products. Sony doesn't. And that's why I like Xbox on it, because they're treating it as, hey, you have a 360 and an Xbox One, and you can get both of them on our own product here, and bam, there you go. Get all these games. PlayStation, even though you can't get PlayStation 3 games on the PS4, they should still tell you, hey, we still have reason for you to go out and buy a PS3. Even if you don't buy a new, you still have a reason to go out and buy the damn thing, because you still get these 2 games. You don't have a Vita yet? Well, these 2 games are free. Go run out and buy one. Support the fucking brand. But they don't do it like that. They just tell you the 2 for the PS4 because that's the only brand Sony, at right now as it sits, is supporting. And even the Vita games are cross-buy. 90% of the Vita games are cross-buy, which brings me to, why the fuck don't they in the same video tell you, hey, the Vita games are playable on the PS4 games, on the PS4, so when they're listing those PS4 games, why don't they mention the Vita titles? Because 90% of those games are downloadable at the same time. Hell, when you go into the PS4, you can't even find those titles on the free games month to month. There's only 2 under your PS, whatever it's called. But again, I'm getting kind of off subject here just to tell you the difference between the 2. But if Xbox was to come out swinging like they used to, when Xbox One X drops and it comes out, and they go just as hard as they were before, and they're not going soft on us like they have been for these past 2 months now, and they don't make this a trend going into the Xbox One X, and they just start revving it back up like, hey, we're done with that soft shit. We're done. We're not giving you the ball anymore. We're not saying, hey, we're taking months off anymore. No, fuck that. You had too much. You had your chance, and now it's done. It's a wrap. We're coming out of shit. We're swinging for the fences. We're taking your spot. And the Xbox One X drops. And the free games are not only like the best they can offer, but they're the games people want. Sony might be in for a fucking fight. Because people are going to be like, hey Sony, we've been down with you since you launched this fucking product. These motherfuckers have a more powerful box than your PS4 Pro. And they're giving us shit we want to play. And they're giving us 4 games in this fucking month, and they're telling us what the fuck they are. You need to do something. because I'm thinking of taking your box and trading it towards theirs. And I think that's a strategy. Microsoft, I'm trying to help you now. If you do this, that's a strategy that just might fucking work. Again, it's going on the free games, but your free games are only workable, and they only work with a subscription. So that means people would run out and buy those $50 online cards so they could get those games. Okay? And that means you'd have subscriptions. See what I'm saying? And people would be playing Destiny on Xbox One. They'd be playing Halos. They'd be playing all those Call of Duties and shit on the Xbox player. Fuck PlayStation, because Xbox is giving away all the titles people want to play. All those big name titles that people want to play. All those games that people really want to invest time in is on the Xbox. And the Xbox has the more powerful machine. And that's something people really care about. That's what I'm saying here. If Xbox gets it together and they don't keep going with this trend of we're going to have a mediocre month, another mediocre month, and another mediocre month where we just barely outdo the competition. But if they come out swinging in, September, I think? September. If they come out swinging in September with actually full on, just straight up, pow, we're going to dominate the competition this month in September. I think leading on from September and just straight up dominating when it comes to the month-to-month games from then on and not letting up, they can definitely make a comeback. They can definitely make a comeback, especially because Sony will not have the strongest hardware on the market anymore. I don't care if it's doing the same tricks. It's very well documented that Sony's hardware will not be the strongest. And that's going to be something a lot of people pay attention to. And with games like Anthem, Destiny 2, and Call of Duties, all being things people are paying attention to, they're going to want to play that on the more powerful hardware. Sure, PS4 Pro is couple $100 cheaper, but people are going to want to play that on the thing that makes it look the best, the stuff that makes it look the best, as good as it can look. And if they don't have that PC and Xbox is the best on the market, you better believe they're going to be flocking to that Xbox One X. And if they're able to go, hey, Xbox One X offers the best look you can have, but they also offer the best free games from month to month to month, and it's the same price as the Sony Online bullshit, and I ain't got to deal with bullshit that I'll never play, and it's just stocked away eating up bullshit. But this over here is offering shit that I will play when I get tired of the games that I'm already buying. That's a better fucking buy. You see what I'm saying to you? And that's just me throwing my 2 cents out there, because like I said, I thought of this while making another video. And if they do that, definitely Xbox can definitely start creeping up on them hills of PlayStation pretty fucking fast. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to buy an Xbox One X. I have no intention of doing that. I'm not into the whole teraflop titties and bullshit like that. I'm not into that. I don't have 4K TV. I have 1080p TV. My Slim is perfectly fine. I bought the one I wanted. I'm good. I'm set. I'm playing my Nintendo Switch more than anything else. But I'm just throwing that out there because, like I said, I tend to think completely different from a lot of other people. And that's just the way I see things and the way that I think nobody else is looking at it. You feel what I'm saying to you? Excuse me. So, let that happen. Let Xbox, like I said, they did the whole Play Pass. They got the whole Play Anywhere, which, but let them come out, with a month that doesn't look mediocre and kind of like, we're doing better than just indie titles. Let them come out full on swinging like they were, and they'll crush Sony in the month-to-month games. And they'll have the most powerful console on the market. Let them have that with the month-to-month games that people really, really, really want to play. You'll see a heavy shift in the market between Sony and Xbox. And I know you're thinking, oh, that's impossible. I don't think it's that impossible. Especially when you have a lot of people who are getting on, they're like that close to switching over because of Sony's lack of understanding what people want to play month to month when it comes to these free games. You know what I'm saying? It's nice for Sony to go out of their way to go, hey, here's Until Dawn, when you have like what 50% of your market base who already went out and bought the fucking game. That's good. You got 50% of people who went out and bought the game when it released, and then you got a quarter of the market who's gonna download it for free. That's not impressive. You know what I'm saying to you? And I've been arguing that they should have been had these games already way back when. Okay? These only on PlayStation games that have been out on the market for a long ass time, they should have already been part of the free games. Okay? Knack should have already been free for a month. Fucking Until Dawn should have already been part of the free games way back when. Fucking God of War 3 Remastered should have been free way back when. Why the fuck when that game came out, like when it was released, that first month it was released, why the fuck that game was $60 fucking dollars? Okay, The Last of Us Remastered, that game should have already been free. Chances of that game being free are slim to nil. You feel what I'm saying to you? But those type of things are what's holding Sony back. The fact they don't understand that they should be holding those AAA titles like that are only on PlayStation as part of the month-to-month free games. And Xbox is actually got the more superior online free games to offer. And with them coming out with that hardware, if they come out with that hardware and they're coming out with the free games to back it up, and people are like, hey man, I can take this piece of hardware that's offered me jack dick since I bought it and trade it in and get like $200 off of Xbox's new hardware, so it's the same fucking price, then I'm gonna buy that. And I can get the same fucking games that I'd be playing on my PS4, and it'll look better because the Xbox One X is more powerful hardware. See what I'm saying to you? So, I mean, that's something to think about. I just wanted to throw that out there, man. Because, like I said, it's not something people think about. It's not something people think about. I don't think it's something a lot of people think about. And like I said, I'm not going to buy an Xbox One X because I'm happy with the Slim. Maybe if I buy a curved TV one day, I might think about it. But it's going to be way after the damn thing launches. Because all my shit's digital and I don't really give a fuck. Pardon me. But until then, you guys, I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.